Please adhere to YouTube selected guidelines before viewing the content of this video. I do not encourage or condone any products, actions, or behaviors shown in this video. All videos are produced in a safe, professional, and controlled environment. Please do not attempt to replicate any actions performed during video. All actions are performed by professionals.
Alright, so today I'm going to be drinking alone at 7 p.m. while waiting for Half-Life 3 to be released. But why? Well, for the last couple months, I have been playing through the Half-Life series of games for the very first time. Started off with the original Half-Life from 1998, moved on to Half-Life 2, then on to Half-Life 2 Episode 1, and then on to Half-Life 2 Episode 2. And to say that I enjoyed playing through the Half-Life series of games is a bit of an understatement, because I really enjoyed myself. There were some annoying portions, like, let's say, Striders, for example, but overall, I thoroughly enjoyed the OSTs, the gameplay, the characters, the storytelling. Just the Half-Life series as a whole was, frankly put, fantastic to play through. But what wasn't so fantastic was the ending of Half-Life 2 Episode 2. I don't want to spoil anything, but I will say this. The ending of Half-Life 2 Episode 2 is possibly one of the least satisfying endings I have ever experienced from anything ever. I've watched television shows that end on cliffhangers and there is no second season. I've watched movies that end on cliffhangers and there is no sequel. And I've experienced cliffhangers much more so than not throughout my life. But over the last couple months, I've become extremely invested in the story of the Half-Life series. And so when Half-Life 2 Episode 2 ended on one of the worst cliffhangers, if not the worst cliffhanger I have ever experienced, frankly put, I'm pretty sure I got dealt psychological damage. Because after experiencing that cliffhanger, I then realized it's been like 20 years and we still don't have Half-Life 2 Episode 3 or Half-Life 3. We don't have a sequel to Half-Life 2 Episode 2. We don't know where the story goes from there on out. I mean, like, we have guesses, but we don't know anything for sure. For there to not be another game after Half-Life 2 Episode 2, frankly put, is pretty evil on Valve's part. I'm gonna have to say it, it's pretty evil on Valve's part. You know, they make some great games. I quite like Steam as a platform, but when they were making Half-Life 2 Episode 2 and when they made the decision to not make Half-Life 2 Episode 3 or Half-Life 3, frankly put, Valve was really in its villain arc. And I can just tell that so much because I'm in pain right now. I want Half-Life 3 to be released. I now know the pain of Half-Life enthusiasts. For the last however long I've been on the internet, I have been seeing memes about Half-Life 3 and about Half-Life 2 Episode 3. And I always thought that it was just a meme because the game is just that good. That's what I thought it was all about, kind of thing. Little did I know, there was much more to it than just that. Frankly put, I'm pretty disappointed by the ending of Half-Life 2 Episode 2. And frankly put, I feel the need to drink my sorrows away. And so as such, that's exactly what I'm going to be doing today. Going to be drinking some wine today. I have some 19 Crimes Cali Red 2020, made in collaboration with Snoop Dogg. I have my glass with me today as well. And I do suppose, without further ado, I should probably go ahead and get to drinking alone and drinking my sorrows away about Half-Life 3 not having come out for the last 20 years. Should probably go ahead and get to drinking, so let's go and get the cap off, and let's go ahead and get to drinking some wine on today, which is a pretty nice day. Would be nicer if Half-Life 3 was released, though, but we can only hope it's going to be coming out sooner rather than later. People have been saying that for the last 20 years, but why not continue saying it, right? Honestly, I should have just drank it right out of the bottle. Honestly. Is what it is. I have some more wine inside in case I'm wanting more after this glass. But let's go ahead and start off with this glass. And let's go ahead and get to officially drinking alone at 7 p.m. in the afternoon/evening while waiting for Half-Life 3 to be released. Yes, sir, you know what I'm saying? That is nice. That is nice. A little bit of sweet, a little bit of sour, a little bit of dryness, a little bit of a chalky flavor. I'm already feeling distracted. I'm already feeling distracted from the pain that is not having experienced the rest of the Half-Life story. I've been a fan of the Valve cinematic universe for a very long time, but I avoided playing through the Half-Life series of games for just as long, up until recently, honestly just because of head grabs, because I don't do very well with horror games, I'll acknowledge, and jump scares are really not my thing. So I avoided playing the Half-Life series for quite a while, I will admit. But I have been a longtime fan of the Portal series and of just the Half-Life and Portal and Valve cinematic universe. In general, I've been a longtime fan of it. And I'm very, very, very glad to have finally played through some more of the Valve cinematic universe. I'm very glad to have done that. But man, one side of me is like, man, I'm really glad I played through the Half-Life games and experienced them for the very first time, because I really enjoyed myself. And another side of me is like, man, ignorance really was bliss. I can't go back to thinking that people are just asking for Half-Life 3 because Half-Life 2 was just that good. There's so much more to it than that. Ignorance really was bliss, I will acknowledge. I feel like I just experienced the allegory of the cave, frankly put. For the last, I don't know how long of my life, I have been looking at the Half-Life sort of games from the outside and believing that Half-Life 3 was a meme because people were just pumping it up so much because Half-Life 2 was just that good. And now that I've actually walked outside and played the Half-Life games for myself, I now know that there's just so much more to it than that. From a distance, it looks like a funny meme because something was really good and people want more of it. And now I'm wanting more of it myself, and I understand why people want Half-Life 3. Yeah. Yeah. The Half-Life games are really good, though. I really enjoyed them. They were really good games. I really did enjoy playing them much more so than not. You know, the OST at times was fantastic. I mean, like, the OST in general was fantastic, but every once in a while a song would fade in, and it would be like, holy crap, this is, like, one of the best, like, OSTs I've ever heard for, like, an FPS kind of thing. The storytelling, fantastic. The characters are super interesting. But the ending of Half-Life 2 Episode 2. Bro. And when I was playing through Half-Life 2 Episode 2, I was like, yeah, no, we've probably got like another hour. And then I just got a cliffhanger to the head, frankly put. I felt like I had gotten shot with a .357 Magnum revolver, frankly put. Yeah. And it's one of those things where, when I was younger, I actually did watch like a good amount of like Valve Cinematic Universe lore videos on YouTube. But now that I've actually played through Half-Life, I'm like, I kind of don't want to. It's like I kind of don't want to watch any of those lore videos. Because I realize if I watch those lore videos, I could get a pretty general gist of what the plot of Half-Life 3 may be, would be, or at least would have been at the time when it was originally planned for release. But at the same time, I don't want to watch those videos. Because if I do, then I will be spoiling Half-Life 3 for myself if it is actually ever released. Excuse me. So it's like, I don't want to watch those videos. And it's been so long since I watched those, like, Valve Cinematic Universe lore videos that I don't really remember a lot of what was said, kind of thing. But I honestly don't want to rewatch them. Because if I do, then I'm possibly going to know what happens in Half-Life 2, Episode 3/Half-Life 3, kind of thing. And I realize that we did, more recently than not, get Half-Life Alyx. That's a game I need to play through eventually, without a doubt. But that's a prequel. It's more of a prequel. It's not a sequel. It doesn't go into what Half-Life 2 Episode 3 or Half-Life 3 would look like, kind of thing. Man. Talking about this is making me have the need for one of these. So I'm gonna have one of these, frankly put, because let me tell y'all what, after experiencing the ending of Half-Life 2 Episode 2, I need not only a ton of alcohol, but also a ton of these, frankly put. I mean, like, there's some big stuff that I'm like, man, I can't wait to find out what happens next. Dune, for example. First two movies were great. I could read the book. Low-key, been kind of wanting to read the book. But at the same time, kind of just wanting to wait for the next movies and stuff like that in the Dune cinematic universe and whatnot. Star Wars, you know. Could read some Star Wars books and whatnot, even if they're not technically canon anymore these days, with Star Wars Legends having been made not canon anymore. But I could go read some Star Wars books and find out kind of what happens more with the universe and everything like that. But I am not nearly as invested in those universes as I am in the Half-Life Valve cinematic universe. Really, the best way to describe how I'm feeling right now, is that I have an itch that I cannot scratch, kind of thing. And I feel like I need to scream, but I have no mouth. I feel like I need to see, but I have no eyes. I feel like I need to breathe, but I cannot breathe. I really do have an itch that I just cannot scratch now. Like, I could scratch it by watching a YouTube lore video, but I don't want to. I just want to play through Half-Life 3. I understand the Half-Life community's pain now. I get it. I understand it. And one thing that I want to go ahead and say this. I absolutely love the Half-Life community's sort of unspoken policy for, like, no backseating and, like, no, like, spoilers and stuff like that kind of thing. Because I was playing the entirety of the Half-Life series on live stream. And somebody could have totally just come in and spoiled the entire ending for me and have backseated and just ruined the fun. But nobody did that. Not a single person came in and was like, yeah, you're going to experience the ending in like 2 minutes and you're going to hate it. Or just talked about what the ending is at all. which I really, really, really appreciate. I love that unspoken rule. So I want to go ahead and give a massive shout out to the Half-Life community, not only for having kept the Half-Life 3 dream alive, but for also being honestly just a fantastic community that does not backseat and does not spoil the entire plot of the game before you're even like anywhere near that plot point or anything like that kind of thing. That's something I really appreciate. That's something I really do appreciate. So shout out to the Half-Life community. Just want to go ahead and put it out there. Man, I need some more alcohol, though. I really do need some more alcohol. I'm gonna go get some more alcohol in a minute. I've got another bottle of wine inside. I've got some smoking loon wine that I may go grab momentarily and pour myself another glass. Do I want to finish this off first, or do I want to go get my bottle of wine first? I think I might go get my bottle of wine first, low-key, because I finished off this bottle. I have no more left in it, and I want some more alcohol, because the pain that the ending of Half-Life 2 Episode 2 is causing me is enough pain for me to need more alcohol. So I'm gonna go get more alcohol sooner rather than later, because really the ending of Half-Life 2 Episode 2 is psychological torture. It really is. We are back. I brought out some Smoking Loon Merlot wine. Only the finest wine to experience while lamenting the fact that Half-Life 3 has still not been released after like almost 20 years. Just gonna pour myself another glass. Finished off 2 whole bottles of wine today. 2 whole bottles. No, not 2 whole bottles. Just the rest of 2 bottles. I just had a little bit left in those 2 bottles. But 2 whole bottles of wine. That's the pain. That's the pain that not experiencing Half-Life 3 is making me go through right now. Man. I genuinely I really do want Half-Life either 2 Episode 3 or Half-Life 3 to release. And I realize in the time since Half-Life 2 Episode 2, there's been a lot of updates to the Source engine. There's Source 2 now, which is what Counter-Strike 2 runs off of. And I know that Valve has kind of like an unspoken policy of they want some sort of improvement or some sort of revolutionary technology in every game that they make or something along those lines. Honestly though, I don't care. I just want Half-Life 3. I just want Half-Life 3. That's what I want. It doesn't need any revolutionary technology. It doesn't need to be revolutionizing the video gaming space. I just want Half-Life 3. And it's been like 20 years, so I mean like, it's a tall bar to fill. It's a tall order to fill. And I'm sure the pressure would be insane to make a good game if Valve ever decides to make Half-Life 3. But, it needs to come out. We need Half-Life 3. just as everybody needs food and water to live, I'm starting more and more to feel like I need Half-Life 3 to live as well. I have been pumping it up a bit for comedic reasons during this video today. I have been pumping up kind of how I feel about the ending of Half-Life 2 Episode 2 a little bit for comedic reasons during this video today. But genuinely, I really do want Half-Life 3. And genuinely, I have a scratch that I cannot itch. And when I was talking about the lore videos earlier, I really did mean what I said. Like, I genuinely do not want to watch any lore videos because I realize that I could probably totally, like, get the gist of what Half-Life 3 would have been if I watched some lore videos and stuff like that kind of thing. But I don't want to watch any lore videos. I just want to experience Half-Life 3. I've been pumping up, for comedic reasons, like, sort of my dissatisfaction with the ending of Half-Life 2 Episode 2 a little bit during this video today, but genuinely, I am so dissatisfied. I am actually so dissatisfied by the ending of Half-Life 2 Episode 2, and genuinely, I do now understand the Half-Life community's pain, frankly put. I didn't realize how much pain was behind every Half-Life 3 meme. I legitimately, before playing through the Half-Life series, and before experiencing the ending, I really did think that it was actually just a meme because that's how good Half-Life 2 was as a whole. I thought that was the meme kind of thing. Like, it was so good that we want a sequel, and we've been wanting a sequel for so long. Now I understand that it's so much more than just that. I understand now. I really do. I really do understand now. Yeah. Yeah. I need another one of these. I'm pretty buzzed, though, I'm not gonna lie, y'all. That first glass of wine got me really good. Not gonna lie, the 19 Crimes Cali Red, what's the ABV on it? It is 13.5%. With the Smoking Loon, I think it's right around the same. Yeah, it's 13.5% as well. I'm feeling pretty buzzed. Like, 2 glasses of 13.5% ABV alcohol definitely gets you pretty good. And it's getting me pretty good today, I will acknowledge. Absolutely no complaints on my behalf. I am feeling a hell of a buzz right now. Man. I really do want Half-Life 3 so much, so bad though. Like, the meme of GTA 6 being delayed time and time and time again, like, that's funny, don't get me wrong. Like, that's an amusing meme. But Half-Life 3, now knowing the context of the meme, is just so much more painful now. Like, I've been seeing Half-Life 3 memes, oh man, for basically the entirety of my time on the internet. Because ever since I started using the internet in any real way, shape, or form, because I originally, as a kid, I had pretty much no access to the internet at all. If I was watching television, it was on a DVD, and I was watching, like, BBC Earth with David Attenborough and stuff like that kind of thing. Or I was watching, like, brain surgery documentaries, which are pretty epic, not gonna lie. Like, I'm not squeamish when it comes to brain surgery documentaries, but, like, if it comes to, like, eye surgery or knee surgery, nah, bro, I cannot deal with that stuff. But, like, brain surgery, I'm pretty chill with. That stuff's pretty cool. But, like, I originally got on the internet in, like, 2009, 2010, probably. And I was watching, like, YouTube tutorials and stuff like that for, like, different video games. Mainly Minecraft in, like, 2010, 2011 and stuff like that kind of thing. And I also started learning about, like, the Valve cinematic universe at that time as well. Eventually, I played Portal and stuff like that kind of thing. Didn't play Portal 2 for a while after that, but I watched a lot of Valve Cinematic Universe lore videos because they got recommended to me. And I found those videos to be really interesting. And due to that, for almost the entirety of the time I've been on the internet, I have found myself surrounded, to some extent, by the Valve Cinematic Universe, and to some extent by Half-Life 3 memes. I just didn't get the pain behind them for, like, the last 20 years of my life. Oh my god. I think the thing that is really hitting me hardest, and, like, I want to acknowledge, of course, I was pumping up kind of just everything a little bit at the beginning of this video for comedic reasons. I like pumping things up for comedic purposes every once in a while, kind of thing. But legitimately, the ending of Half-Life 2 Episode 2 really did hit me so hard. Because I was playing on live stream, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh, cool. We got another hour to go. We're probably all good. And I was like, I'm going to take a break. This seems like a good portion to go take a break. I'm going to go take a piss after this portion right here. Turns out that portion was the ending of Half-Life 2 Episode 2. And it just ends and fades to black. And it's just like, what? What you mean to tell me that's the ending? Right there. We were about to do something. Yeah. Unironically, I am extremely not satisfied by the ending of Half-Life 2 Episode 2. And genuinely, I really do have an itch that I can't scratch now. I want to play through Half-Life 3. And Gabe Newell, if you're watching this video today, I hope you're enjoying watching this video on your yacht, my man. Congratulations on the yacht. I respect it. Very good businessman, if I do say so myself. But my man, Gabe Newell, if you're watching this video today, I appreciate you watching. But my man, Gabe Newell, please, pull up your britches and make Half-Life 2 Episode 3 or Half-Life 3. Pull up your britches and get it done. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Not gonna lie though, Gabe Newell, he got the drip on with the Oakley glasses for real. Like, the Oakley glasses, kind of drippy as hell. Not gonna lie. Gabe Newell got the drip for real, for real. And I feel like Gabe Newell is still in his villain arc. Not gonna lie, y'all. I feel like he may very well be. Because if he wasn't in his villain arc, still, after I don't know how long, after I don't know how many years, he would have released Half-Life 3. Bro is in his villain arc and has been for a very long time, for real, for real. Yes, sir, yes, sir. Yes, sir, yes, sir. If they do ever make Half-Life 3, though, the pressure on the development team is going to be insane. 20 years coming, just about. The pressure on the development team will be crazy to make a good game. And honestly, I totally wouldn't be surprised if Valve has made like 3 different iterations of what Half-Life 2 Episode 3 or what Half-Life 3 could be, and has just gone at the very end of the development cycle and been like, yeah, this isn't good enough. It's been 20 years. We really need to outdo ourselves even more than we are. I totally wouldn't be surprised by that at all. Man, I do want Half-Life 3, not gonna lie, y'all. It's not just a want, it's a need. I am addicted to the Half-Life universe just as much as I am addicted to these. And I need Half-Life 3. I need Half-Life 3. I need Half-Life 3 more than I need One Punch Man Season 3. That's an outdated meme as of this point in time, because because One Punch Man Season 3 has released, and it was... Actually, my opinion on not Half-Life. I'm actually quite buzzed. The meme I just stated, One Punch Man Season 3. Of course, it was pretty amusing for quite a long time, because they announced One Punch Man Season 3, and then it just took, like, I don't know how long to release it. Quite a long time. But not as long as Half-Life 3. But recently, just a couple months back, they released One Punch Man Season 3. And many people out there say it was a disappointment. Personally, I think it was hilarious. My opinion on One Punch Man Season 3 is actually quite controversial, because I think it's absolutely hilarious. They're just like, yes, we've got this, like, blockbuster, like, manga and webcomic that had an insane first season, and then we're just gonna make it like 2 frames per episode. And that's just so hilarious to me. Like, I really don't mind One Punch Man Season 3, honestly. I think it's hilarious just because it is that bad. And my personal conspiracy theory is that it was made purposefully bad for comedic reasons. That's my personal conspiracy theory. That's my controversial take. I think Half-Life 3... Not Half-Life 3. I think One Punch Man Season 3 was made comedically bad for comedic reasons. One Punch Man Season 3 was made purposefully bad because it was going to be funny to make it bad. And it was going to get more, like, time in, like, the news if it was bad. And it worked. It absolutely worked. I think it was all a marketing stunt. Maybe. Who knows? I'm not sure. I have no idea. Either way, I think the fact that One Punch Man Season 3 was bad was hilarious. But I really don't want that to become what Half-Life 3 is. Like, if Half-Life 3 releases and it's just like a janky mess, bro, I will actually be very disappointed. Like, One Punch Man, Season 1 was great. Season 2 was pretty decent as well. Season 3 was hilarious, but for all the wrong reasons. But, like, I didn't mind it because it was still hilarious, just for all the wrong reasons. But, like, if Half-Life 3 releases and it's, like, a janky mess, it's, like, 1 frame per second kind of thing, I'm gonna be like, bruh. That's actually quite disappointing, because I'm that invested in the Half-Life universe. I need another one of these. Yeah. Yeah. I can say without a doubt that I want Half-Life 3. Am I currently drinking alone at 7:58 p.m. while waiting for the release of Half-Life 3? I am. And I can say with certainty that I want Half-Life 3. I want Half-Life 3 to be released. And I realize that the development team, if they are working on it or are working on it in the future, there's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of pressure. But we need Half-Life 3. The world needs Half-Life 3. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'd say maybe it's just me, but it's not just me. There's a reason why Half-Life 3 is such a meme. Why is the meme Half-Life 3 rather than Half-Life 2 Episode 3, though? Probably just because it sounds just more concise and better, and it's just more memeable. Because saying Half-Life 2 Episode 3 as a meme, I feel like it doesn't work as well with character limits and with user and viewer retention as Half-Life 3 does. Because, I mean, like, if we're thinking chronologically speaking, it would make much more sense for Valve to release Half-Life 2 Episode 3. But Half-Life 3 is the meme, and I think that's all down to just the fact that, well, one, Valve said they're not making a Half-Life 2 Episode 3, and two, due to the fact that Half-Life 3 is just more concise, kind of thing. Yeah, the Half-Life series of games, though, I mean, like, great. It was fantastic. Genuinely, I mean, like, the storytelling, the characters, the story, the lore as a whole, the OST were fantastic. Really, really, really good. Really, my main beef with the Half-Life series is the Striders. I hate the Striders so much. They are a very annoying enemy, I will acknowledge. That is really my main beef with, like, the Half-Life 2 chronology of games, I think is really the right way of putting it. But, yeah. Excuse me. Gabe Newell, if you're watching this video, hope you're enjoying it, my man. We need Half-Life 3. Pull up your britches and get it done. Pull up your britches and get it done. And Gabe Newell, if you're watching this video, if you need somebody to do ideas for Half-Life 3, hit me up, my man. Hit me up. I do have a surcharge. I will not work for free. But pay me $2 and I will give all the ideas necessary. No, it's got to be more than $2. Half-Life 3. What does it need? Needs to be a continuation of Half-Life 2 Episode 2. If we don't want to count to 3, we can call it Half-Life 2 Plus. And we go on to where Half-Life 2 Episode 2 left off. We make it both PC and VR compatible. Make it Steam Deck compatible, of course. And we put a crowbar in it. I'm just saying. These are some pretty banger ideas. So, Gabe Newell, you're watching this video. Pull up your britches. Start getting Half-Life 3 done. And hire me. I need money. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I know nothing about the game development cycle, but I have faith that I will be, without a doubt, very important to the creation of Half-Life 3. So, hire me. I need money. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. As I said, I have been pumping up the comedic factor of this video just a little bit during this video today. But genuinely, I do want Half-Life 3. The Half-Life series games were great. I really enjoyed them, and the cliffhanger at the end really was just... It hurt. It hurt. But, I have been pumping up the comedic factor of this video just a little bit. I do want to acknowledge. I ain't gonna lie though, I am buzzed as hell. That wine got me really good. Wine gets me insanely good. I feel like I need to stand up, like low key. What's up, y'all? How's it going? Hope y'all doing well. My head kind of got cut off. I wasn't far enough away from the camera for my head not to be cut off. The fit today, fit check. Let's do a fit check. I got a Patagonia flannel on. This is a... Where's the tag? The tag's right here. This is a Patagonia 53866 3050 F02. So for the fit check, got a Patagonia flannel on. My undershirt is a Montbell like t-shirt. Picked it up while I was in Japan. It's a very good undershirt, if I do say so myself. As far as my pants goes, I'm wearing Levi's, like mild wash pants. I got some New Balances on. New Balance red shoes. They're like red suede. They're great. I love my suede shoes. As far as my chain goes, I've got like a Cuban chain from Amazon on. And as far as my watch goes, I've got a Casio G-Shock MTG on. Today, yeah, the fit's... I'm pretty happy with it, I'll acknowledge. I'm pretty satisfied. Excuse me. Had to do a little bit of a fit check live on video. I've done fit checks before, like, on TikToks. Multiple times, actually. I don't know if I've ever actually done one on video. I don't believe I've ever done one on video on this channel, but maybe I've done one on video before, but I feel like I haven't. So, possibly my first ever recorded fit check. No, I have done videos on fit checks before. I have done fit check videos before. I have. It's just been so long that I forgot. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Only the biggest of ball of moves, you know what I'm saying? But very comfortable. You know, I feel like my fit's pretty drippy, pretty good fit to make a video talking about Half-Life 3 and how much I want Half-Life 3. You know, only the biggest ball of moves here. If I had my hair in a ponytail, I'd be feeling like Gordon Freeman for real. For real. Not gonna lie, y'all, wine gets me insanely buzzed. Wine, I don't know what it is, it hits insanely hard. And that was my last glass of wine. Finished off, not one, but 2 bottles of wine today. I didn't finish off like the entirety of them. That would be insane. Finish off the entirety of 2 bottles of wine in one video. I think I would be blackout drunk. But I did finish 2 bottles of wine today, technically speaking. So certainly no complaints on my behalf. As is deservedly so. For a video talking about how much I want Half-Life 2 Episode 3 / Half-Life 3. Yeah. Once again, a big shout out to the Half-Life community for, like, genuinely not spoiling, like, the ending of Half-Life 2 Episode 2 at all in any way, shape, or form. Like, I didn't even realize it was coming up. I didn't even realize the ending of Half-Life 2 Episode 2 was coming up when I was playing through. I was like, yep. We probably got like another hour of gameplay. And then it just hit, and I was like, what? Shout out genuinely to the Half-Life community. Genuinely. I had a great time playing through the Half-Life series. I could definitely say that I've finished the Half-Life series. I absolutely want Half-Life 2 Episode 3 / Half-Life 3. Absolutely want those to become a thing. No question in my mind. And whenever they happen, I'm looking forward to playing them. If they do happen. It's been like 20 years. Hope they happen, though, because I do genuinely have an itch that I cannot scratch. But I finished off my bev. I finished off all these that I wanted. And I finished off talking about what I wanted to talk about during this video today. Did I have a good time drinking alone at 7, now 8 p.m. while waiting for the release of Half-Life 3? I'd have to say I certainly have. So certainly no complaints on my behalf. Hope you guys have enjoyed watching this video. If you guys have enjoyed watching this video, of course, like and subscribe. Check out everything in the description down below. And, yeah. Is there anything else I wanted to mention? I'm buzzed. I'm very buzzed, I can say that. But I don't think there was really anything else I wanted to mention. So until the next one, y'all, stay safe and peace, and have a great one.